One Village of Brooklyn polling place was forced to move to a new location today after a long-time dispute between neighboring businesses led to a large-scale law enforcement response.
A man involved is now in custody. NBC 15's Mackenzie Davis has more on what caused this dispute.
We have no indication at this point that this was related to any polling matters.
While this is currently an ongoing investigation, the Dane County Sheriff's Office says the dispute has been going on for some time now, leading to a shot being fired Tuesday morning in the Village of Brooklyn, and not over election matters, but over an issue with bigger roots. That dispute taking place between two neighboring businesses on Hotel Street over this tree. Whether to keep the tree up or to chop it down. Arbor Systems Tree Care Company was in the village Tuesday morning cutting down trees in the downtown area. The owner of Arbor Tree Care Company tells NBC 15 that the large tree was not going to be taken down Tuesday. The suspect, a 75-year-old male, was located in Oregon later Tuesday morning, was taken into custody. A longtime resident of the village who wanted to remain anonymous says it's unfortunate that this dispute happened in the village and that this has affected the election. She hopes people will still come out and vote, even though the polling place had to be moved. Election officials hoping the same thing.
Please don't let this hinder you to come out and vote.
The dispute all leading to the polling place to move to its backup location at the Village Public Works building. Polling will close at 9:30 tonight. Reporting in the Village of Brooklyn, Mackenzie Davis, NBC 15 News.